I'd like to tell you a little story about a guy, a chef, Stu Brown. He worked at the Midland Hotel in town. He worked there so long, no one knew exactly when he'd started. Didn't look a day over 40. Chef Stu Brown was from Salford, but he wished he wasn't. He was obsessed with France and everything French. The other chefs at the Midland took the piss. They'd say bonjour to him every evening, just so he'd correct them. You say bonsoir in the evening. And he was famous for his French onion soup and his ill-fitting chef whites. He was so thin, he was barely there. And that French onion soup stayed on the specials board no matter what. Other chefs tried rubbing it off, but it'd be back again the next morning without fail. Just like Chef Stu, never missed a day of work in his life. No one ever saw him arrive, or leave for that matter. The cleaners would say they'd see him after hours, floating around, peeling onions. He managed to be so present, but he was barely there. My mate booked his mother-in-law into the Midland for her 70th birthday. Her name's Aunt Snow. She's a widow. She lost her husband Bert 30 years ago. And recently the loneliness had really got to her. She was so distant, she was barely there. So when my mate's family heard about Chef Stu, they booked him first chance they had. You see, French onion soup used to be Bert's speciality. They thought it might bring her back a bit. So on the day, Anne couldn't care less, it was her birthday, and they sat down, ordered for her, French onion soup please. But just before it arrived, Anne's face lit up. I feel like he's here with us tonight. Yeah, my mate replied. He's always with us, you know that. So the soup arrives, and she just stares at it. Well, go on, try it. She carefully took a spoonful from the bowl and blew. And as she sipped at the broth, she felt the restaurant disappear. And in its place, a long wooden table, and in front of her, a bowl, the good kind of porcelain she hadn't seen in years. And there was moonlight peeking in through the blinds. Supper time. And there was Bert by the stove with his apron on, saying, do you want any more, love? And he was so clear, he was really there. And Bert turned on the radio, and the blue Danube came floating through. Oh God, she said, not again. Bert Snow took his wife's hand and asked her to dance. And she tried to resist, but she never could. And they waltzed badly, laughing on the lino floor, to the sound of BBC4. They waltzed badly, laughing on the lino floor, to the sound of BBC Four. They waltzed badly laughing on the lino floor to the sound of BBC Four. They waltzed badly laughing on the lino floor to the sound she hated After a while, the whole restaurant had stopped eating to watch an elderly woman dancing alone with her eyes closed. My God, you should have seen her. She was humming and giggling to herself. My mate didn't have the heart to stop her for dessert. Chef Stew Brown disappeared that night, just vanished without a trace, never to return. And when the chefs checked the specials board the next morning, it was wiped clean.